and we went from epic fury to economic fury. And at the president's orders, we have raised the level even again. And watch this space for more announcements coming next week, because we are going to apply measures like have never been seen in the history of economic isolation on a country.
And if you did not already know, this post right here is basically what the entire little video I just showed you is referring to. It's President Trump saying he will soon declare the Strait of Hormuz a territory of the United States. And the US is kind of going on a roll over the past couple of months with this, but, well, they've just added yet another one to the list. And I'm kind of more concerned with what this means for our crypto coins, because even though today was not an awful day for the crypto market whatsoever, we did go slightly down. And now every single time in the recent history that Trump says such a thing, the markets also went down, but because of the way in which we've been ranging, you don't really see it. I mean, here's, for example, how Bitcoin has done since the beginning of June, and you couldn't really tell any one specific announcement here because, well, it's really not that sporadic. I mean, it's really volatile for sure, but not as crazy as one may think because of, let's say, the war and what we saw, like, let's say, half a year ago or so. Now, having said that, Bitcoin's monthly momentum is reaching extreme lows again. Both the monthly RSI and stochastic RSI are sitting near levels that marked major turning points in every previous cycle. Each time, Bitcoin went on to start its major next expansion, and this time really, as I basically have explained in multiple of my videos over the past couple of weeks, I really don't think it's going to be that much different at all either. Now, is this a guaranteed thing? No. But historically speaking, the cycle, the 4-year cycle, and let's just call it the bear market craziness that basically stems off after the bear market kind of fades out and we go sideways for a while. Well, it's really never failed us thus far, and we still believe that we're only a couple of weeks out from this next spurt, of course, plus and minus a little bit. But I will tell you that announcements like this...
Pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States.
They're not, really helping for our crypto coins. But man, does this guy have aura. However, having said that, even though that is theoretically speaking quite negative for just all assets, right? Not just only our digital assets, not just our cryptos, but really all equities, because that's really what's been happening over the past couple of months. It's also kind of coincidental how, on the one hand, right, I really just believe that Trump is there for the crypto market because he just made a crazy amount of money from it. And theoretically speaking, it's his best venture ever for the amount of time he spent and just how much money he made. But it's kind of interesting to me that for some reason, even though Trump is such a big pro, we are still seeing announcements like this. So what happened, and I already covered it a little bit in my yesterday's video, the SEC has canceled today's open meeting to consider a new framework for certain investment contracts involving crypto assets. Due to an unforeseen scheduling issue, the session will move to a later date. Now, as I said, I covered this partially yesterday, but only today do I find out this part, that there's actually multiple different discussions going on at the same time, one from the CFTC side and one from the SEC side, all talking about crypto regulations but, whatever. When you take a look at it, this SEC specific meeting or discussion is an open meeting specifically talking about a new framework for investment contracts. So just kind of what it reads like is like changing the laws that Gary Gensler was working so hard to define for the crypto market. Whereas the CFTC, even though they've already got like a pretty okay crypto book, it kind of feels as if they're trying to make a little bit more of a crypto like groundwork that they just never had. Whereas when you take a look at what the CFTC is up to right now, it says we're here, a brief history. This is a potential topic. And actually, this whole session is like 50 minutes long. So it's more just a simple discussion to kind of talk about what's been ongoing. And I find this the funniest. Stories from the trenches. That's what they're talking about here. because this is like a starting session. Crypto's regulatory evolution from uncertainty to clarity, and don't expect too much from this meeting right here. The SEC discussion about a proper new framework, that's the one we really want to talk about or want to see or get some updates on. And I mean, you guys can get why that's such a big deal, right? On the one hand, like I said, they're doing nice work to just get more knowledge in about what these digital assets are and actually using, the words like the trenches there, because that's what the crypto people use. On the other hand, not really trying to make the proper rules or for some reason extending it. Sometimes I wonder if this is just to kind of teach Trump a lesson because he made so much money. On the opposite side, I'm thinking maybe he's making so much money and so he's the one, or their administration in that sense, is pushing it back. Because the moment that proper rules come, sometimes that's worse for you, right? Even though, I mean, if you are the president, there's a lot you can get done to make sure your way of making money don't change, so to speak. It doesn't change. But if we take a look at this, the Citibank CEO, Jane Fraser, says, we want good regulation that supports innovation, which is also what Trump has been saying, also what we kind of expected from the SEC to come out. However, well, that's really not what we're getting, right? And so when you get these words coming from a bank, that's really when you realize just how bad the situation is.
Have good regulation that supports innovation and also encourages a safe adoption of the capabilities of digital assets. We're certainly not giving up on trying to get some more improvements to the Act, because let's look at the US financial system. Smaller banks play a very important role in the rural communities and throughout America. And if you are having a reward system on the deposits, it could have a detrimental impact on their deposits and therefore their ability to provide lending and access to credit in parts of the US that crypto won't reach, and frankly the large banks don't reach. So I'm worried about it from that perspective. I also want to make sure that you've got fair competition, a level playing field, so the same activity gets the same legislation and regulatory rules. And no one wants to see financial crimes being promoted. Fraud's already been a problem of late in the financial system, and this could promote it even further if you don't have good legislation. So we have not given up on pushing to get some improvements made to the bill, but we would like to see a good bill go through. I think it would be excellent for the system.
And of course, I don't think this is just to be nice. No, these guys want to make money. These guys want to put money in to make more money off of it, but they can't do it when the rules are not clear. However, as I stated before, the craziest of crazy opportunities will most likely fade, as partially they did when the ETFs came out. A lot of the market manipulation kind of went astray. A lot is still there, but a lot went gone as well. But also a lot of the other opportunities most likely will fade as the real big players come, which is why the bill is such a double-edged sword. It's amazing for most of us because it really puts crypto on the map, but it's also awful because our little niche crypto realm, it's really changing, guys. But as I look back at some of my Bitcoin charts, this is actually made by AI, by the way, little fun fact. But when we take a look at some of the most important supports and resistances over the past couple of months, you can see the range that we're in right now, right? So we've got ourselves the $62,000 level, which we're basically getting back to now over the past couple of days, weekly lows, and the upper bound at roughly $67,000. That's now the most important range that Bitcoin is in. If we break below it, obviously we're going to potentially be looking for a buy even lower than the 57.5K we got before. But there's a very good chance, just like we did the past couple of weeks, and actually over the past, let's say 6 weeks, we bounced off of this to bounce off of this again, or at least a bounce towards perhaps 67 and hopefully towards the next bound and so further and so on to take out this previous top and finally start ranging back upwards. But even if we do go sideways, like I explained just now slightly with here, it's not actually a bad thing to be going sideways before the absolute crazy pop off, because, well, usually, like I said in yesterday's video, it's kind of like a calm before the storm. And even though I can't promise you guys, so to speak, that what we're seeing right here, right, the prices that we're seeing right now are the lowest we'll ever go. A lot of indicators are showcasing that it's not, or rather that the just sideways action with a slight downward bias still may come. For the most part, I'm just kind of done waiting for the actual day itself or anything like that. And I'm just more so changing to a mindset of we're going to absolutely pop off. And just like with XRP, yes, we're going down tremendously. And even now XRP dipped below $1. It's awful to witness. It's awful to watch. Historically speaking, it's always recovered beautifully. It just took some time, just took some patience, like we always talk about, and it just took some very, very big balls or something along those lines. And right now, XP is down 1%, Bitcoin's down 1%, Ethereum is down 1 point something percent, 0.3% here today. Yeah, it's not fun to watch. It's a slow bleed for a while, but historically, it's always done that. And it's a really great treasure to be patient. Yeah, for the most part, there's a lot also happening in the world of AI. We'll cover it whenever it's necessary, but right now, more importantly, this is all going on. Extensions, we had Trump saying something crazy that could really affect the market over the next couple of weeks, but also we are in a pretty good position logically, so yeah. But most importantly, just make note of this. Whenever Trump says something like this, the markets usually move down ever so slightly, and if he says something even more confirming, like they're going to be sharing a plan soon of how they're going to take over, or they're going to do something like in freaking Venezuela, or what they try to do with freaking Greenland. Yeah, prepare for a little shock to the markets, but that's it for right now for our little crypto update. Still bullish, still holding, and it's just a matter of patience, but been here for a decade. I know patience, so for me, not to worry.